The guy back there, he is cleaning up all of the rat piss and poo and kind of the squirrels. I know you can smell it.
Yeah, you can.
We can't show that on. Can't portray that on a video.
Hey, what's up everyone? So for the next couple of days, we're actually in the GTA area for some personal reasons, but at the same time, I thought we could meet up with Mark Yataco, who goes by the name Taco. I met him about 1.5 years ago, I'd say, at the Addy meeting over in Montreal. So he lives in the GTA area. He's an investor as well as contractor in the area who has decades of experience in the field. So I wanted to walk around some of his properties, maybe get some tips and tricks about things that he's learned over decades of investing, and I wanted to share this with all of you. So right now we're on our way to Hamilton where he has some properties. We're gonna meet up with him and see what's up. Alright, so we're leaving Oakville right now, and we decided to take the scenic route on the water because Sophie and I have both never been here, and we had a feeling that there'd be like some crazy real estate out here, which obviously there is. Man, some of these houses have got to be worth 10+ million. It's crazy. You'd swear we're almost in like Beverly Hills. But anyways, we're we're headed to Hamilton now to meet up with Taco. Talked to him on the phone. He said we'd walk a bunch of his properties and see some of the projects he's working on. So I'm really excited about that, and we'll see you there.
Pots and pans, that's how they did dishes.
In the bathtub?
In the bathtub.
Alright, so we just had lunch with Taco. We met in Burlington. Now we're going over to Hamilton. We're following him. This is the first time I come here, I think, and now we're going to check out 3 different types of properties, one of which hasn't even started, and it's a full-on gut job where there's squirrels, apparently, rats living in there, so that'll be pretty interesting to see. Followed with the property that he's working on for a client, because he's also a full-blown contractor. That's sort of midway through, and then one that's almost done. So we're gonna get a full spectrum of deals today, which I think is really exciting to see, especially with an investor who's been in the game for a while and who's been doing renovations for decades. So I'll see you at the first property. Alright everyone, so we're here at the first property with Taco. You can recognize him by the hat, obviously. Awesome branding. Taco, tell us a bit about yourself, what this property is, and yeah, what do you do in the real estate investing world?
For sure, I'm Taco. I'm a general contractor by trade. I also talk on social media about the renovation process, especially with real estate investors. I think it's an undercovered niche, and I'm talking a lot about it. So this project we're at right here is a duplex house that needs a lot of work. So we're gonna rip out the whole thing completely, redo new siding, new interiors, everything top to bottom. We're gonna add additional dwelling units in this wonderful side of the garage space.
Which right now, I thought these were apartments. That was pretty dumb of me, but yeah, APT 123. It's a pretty big lot though. Like this is gonna be.
It's a huge lot, and the owner here, she wants to put some really nice like spaces for each individual tenant, so they have their own kind of like patio backyard area, which you can do in this large lot. And then as well, like I said earlier when we were talking, they want to maybe do like some social media studios or offices in the extra space for people to do.
That's awesome. So yeah, to be clear, Taco has a full-blown renovation company. So this is one of his clients' properties, and has also started investing and acquiring himself. So let's go inside, let's take a look. I'm excited to see this. It's over 100 years old, this building, and as we can tell, definitely needs some work. Love the hat.
Thank you. It's the sun. Original, this wood is like 150 by 60.
Oh wow. It's pretty cool though. Like once all of this is fully renovated.
Yeah, so this is the top unit apartment. The guy back there, he is cleaning up all of the rat piss and poo and kind of the squirrels. I know you can smell it.
Yeah, you can.
We can't show that on. Can't portray that on a video, but it definitely stinks. This is going to be a 1-bedroom unit, so there's going to be a bedroom here. We're doing ensuite washer dryer. This is going to be brand new kitchen. It's going to be L-shaped peninsula. Sink, dishwasher, all the amenities. Back here, actually, sorry, it's a 2-bedroom. This is going to be another. It's going to be like a 1+ den. So it's going to be the den, and then this is going to be a full walk-in shower room. We're going to do glass walls and everything like that.
So I know you're the contractor on this project, and maybe you do or don't know, but how much could a unit like this, a 2-bedroom, go for in Hamilton?
In Hamilton, I'd say you're going to be in the 1,800 plus range. Yeah. I know a client that recently furnished units, because that's becoming a new common trend, is to fully furnish the unit, and they're renting a bachelor, which we'll get to, for like 2,000 plus.
2,000
so there's some good rental income in Hamilton. It's constantly growing.
Nice. Okay. And a property like this, which most people would look at, and it's definitely a scary project to undertake, something in this condition, what can someone expect to purchase something like this for, you know?
That's a good question. Now, off the top of my head, I would say in the 700 plus range for Hamilton.
Okay.
This far of Hamilton, we're a very industrial area, so I'm not too sure exactly, but like the closer we go into the downtown, obviously, the more expensive it gets. But for the rent, this thing just makes sense, especially if you can add 3 units to the property.
Awesome.
It's such a laid-in little place. So this is the other one we're doing. We're reframing. We've obviously added support on the structure here. Like it was like a V, basically. And you can see like that metal track is level.
Yeah.
Compared to
the beam is cut.
The beam, like how like we're off like 4 inches, kind of thing of like how unlevel this whole place is. So yeah, we had to rewire everything. So much high ceilings. It's going to be a faster solution, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cover the LVLs with the barn board to make it look like
that'll look super nice and modern.
Fun beam.
Nice, huge project.
Just getting started.
Just getting started.
The smallest one. Right, it stinks because we have.
So this is going to be a unit down here.
It's going to be a unit.
The ceilings are like 6 feet.
Yeah, but you can lower the basement, right?
Okay,
You can always lower the basement.
You're gonna drop the floor, but this is so you're gonna have to jackhammer all the concrete.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
that's one hell of a job.
Pipe is cracked. That's what stinks down here.
All right, so we're leaving the first property here. Really interesting one. It reminded me of one of our projects, the duplex actually, that we wanted to add a 4-plex to. And now it turns out we're just gonna blow the whole thing down. You definitely have to have balls of steel as an investor to sink a couple $100,000 into a project like that. But looks like a really cool project, and Taco definitely has the experience to take on that type of work. So now we're going to the second property. I'm pretty sure it's bigger. It might be like a 9-unit building, and we'll see what he's doing there. Downtown Hamilton.
Checking out the second property here.
Let's do it. All right, so we just got to the second property. This one quite a bit better shape than the last one because they're a bit farther ahead. This is right now, it's sort of like, I believe it's a mixed use. So here it was supposed to be a restaurant. That's what Taco just said. And there were apartments upstairs. Now, Taco, tell us a bit about what this is gonna look like.
So we've taken it over. We're gonna turn this into a 8-unit apartment building. This will go up the main corridors, and I'll kind of mark off where all the entrances are gonna be. So this is gonna be 2 units down here. We kind of, part of my process is I'll spray paint the floor in the space so that I can understand how the project is gonna be built. So that when we're starting to do the electrical, the mechanical, our structural wall is gonna be affected with us. Because when you do deal with architects, they're just drawing stuff. And they are not, unless you have a really good architect. So I have an architect in-house on purpose, because when we're doing a project like this, especially if it's a personal one, I want to make sure that the lines he's drawing make sense on the floor plan, so that you are not having to go back and redraw, and obviously carrying a project, you're gonna lose time,
That
and
makes
time
sense.
costs money because we're not making any money on this
Absolutely.
project.
Every little slight modification could be weeks. So to that point, we've had projects where, yeah, you have the architect draw plans. They may have gone on site once or twice, and they're not necessarily working hand in hand with the builder. The builder gets on site and it's like, this makes no sense from a logical standpoint, and then we're caught, you know, making
100%.
changes.
Happens so much
Yeah.
that, like I said, right, like I brought my architect in-house because I think it's a key piece, like the architect
Okay.
and the contractor, especially on these larger scale projects, need to be working hand
Be
in
on
hand.
site and working.
And the architect needs to know what he's doing. If he, like, they go to school and they learn how to draw all of these building systems, but like my architect, I made him work as a contractor for me for a
That's
year
smart. Yeah.
so that he could actually realize what he's drawing, how it affects the pieces down the road, and now he's very more conscious of like what his lines do.
He's able to,
right? Like
yeah,
what
be
they-
more hands-on.
So anyways, let's go upstairs and check out some.
Let's do it.
It's a lot better upstairs. Yeah, and it's like really close to downtown core.
What's the aesthetic they're going for in terms of?
It's gonna be super modern.
Okay.
And then this is another unit. Same thing, you're gonna walk in, you're gonna have a cool kitchen in here. I'm keeping the bathroom there, like the drawing's all different, and then we're gonna put probably like a staircase that goes like this and then goes up and across so that you can access that mezzanine, which is gonna be your bedroom. Which is gonna overlook into
No
this
way.
living space.
That's
So this is gonna be a beautiful, beautiful.
So for a renovation project of this scale, a lot of people who follow me on my channel are probably in the newer side of getting into real estate, maybe not looking for something this intense. What type of investor are you working for on a deal like this? Is this someone who's like been in the game for a while, or what's?
No, actually, like you'd be surprised. Like these bigger projects are really taken on by bigger, like experienced guys that are leading the charge, like the working partner.
Yep.
But a lot of our money partners on some of these deals are just, you know, like doctors, high-level executives, guys that like they want to place their money, but they want to place their money in something that's gonna like really multiply the money on 8 units.
Cool.
The legwork that happens on a duplex, you still gotta meet with an architect, engineers, drawings, contractors.
Some of those hard costs are
all of those
soft
things
costs
are the exact same. You come here,
Yeah.
we're doing the exact same stuff, dealing with the architect, the contractors, vetting all the stuff, except it's times 8 units.
Yeah.
Right? Do a building times 100 units, times 200 units, but all of the initial legwork,
Yeah.
sure, it takes a little longer, but like the administration and all that stuff is the exact same. So
a good
like,
point.
the more you can move into multifamilies, whether you're JVing with bigger people, that's honestly like the best way to go. And then you reduce your risk because you have way more income coming in from 9 units, 8 units, 10 units versus duplex. One guy doesn't pay the rent, that's 50% of the income.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah, that's a good reasoning. And then are most of you said some of the bigger players who are taking on the project, are they mostly looking to renovate them, refi, hold them, or are most of them selling them off? What are you seeing right now in this current market?
In this current market, everybody's holding.
Okay.
Everybody's holding. Everybody's buying these things and renovating them, and then just kind of like increasing the ARV after renovation value, so that they can pull out as much of the funds as possible and maximizing the cash flow. Like cash flow is super high right now in a priority versus taking money out like before.
And here we are at the last property. This is the one I was talking about earlier in the car that is at the end of completion stage. So we can see at the beginning we started at a property that was basically at the forefront of the whole project. Then we went to a place that was sort of maybe, I don't know, 20% of the way through. And now we're at a place that's what, 95 to 100% done?
I would say 100% done. Just the basement, there's like 3 units that are just lagging behind because that became our storage hub to be able to do all these 22 units.
Makes sense.
So that's the only behind, but everything else, these are all functioning. There's a bunch of them that are rented already, and a bunch of them are up on the short-term rental market.
So speaking about rents, we were talking about that earlier. A place like this, he was saying could rent for around $2,000 a month. It's pretty small, but the furnishings are really nice. They have everything in-suite laundry and all that. So what are some things that are making this place worth $2,000 a month for a relatively small area?
I mean, a lot of luxuries, internet's included, everything is smart tech and smart ready. Like we have smart locks in the front doors. We have a smart entry system as well. Obviously everything is built in. They provide internet as well. It's one thing that they added to kind of like make it worthwhile. And then where this is located, it's like a 2-minute walk to downtown Hamilton, and there's a lot of medical and schools and a lot of business professionals will come out here and want to have like a fixed cost of their life and how to expense being here for that short-term or mid-term rental.
So when going into a project, really thinking about, okay, what are the furnishings going to look like, and how is this space going to fit the target demographic that they're going for, essentially?
Yeah,
is
of
what
course.
you're
Yeah.
saying.
We're
Okay.
looking for, like executives and people who are, like established that are coming here for a short period of time, but they want to live the luxuries of like being at home, except it's not your home, it's your temporary spot.
Well, it's really nice, and Taco was actually telling me his manufacturing company made these kitchens. Look how awesome that looks. Super nice. Look at this. I've never seen one of these. This is a miniature dishwasher, so very well done. And yeah, I think this is pretty much going to wrap up the video. Thank you so much,
No
Taco.
problem.
Where can people find more about you, and if they have a project in this region and they want to reach out to you, where can they contact you?
We got a lot. So talk about investing on all of my social media. We also have C2K Canada, and that's our kitchen manufacturing and material supply division, and as well as our reno company on Instagram is Investment Renos. And that's our ads and follows, and just reach
Perfect.
out to me. And
I'll put that all in the description. Definitely go check out his stuff. Great branding, super fun guy, and knows what he's talking about. So yeah, definitely check him out.
thanks, guys.